We're driving a 2023 Volvo V60 Cross Country. Coming up, we're gonna see if this thing is mountain friendly. But first, information explosion. For 2023, Volvo has updated their lineup in some interesting ways we're going to talk about shortly. Let's begin our V60 Cross Country experience with interior.
This interior is uniquely stylish. I'm gonna use the graphic, but I know this is wood because it feels like it's about to give me a splinter.
Yeah, you got the open pore treatment there, which is, I think, a very modern kind of thing where it's like, it feels more authentic. It really feels like wood.
But there's this nice thick metal trim surrounding it. The look and feel of the vent controls is really nice.
You got that little click when you rotate it.
Yeah, and this cheese grater style speaker cover.
As a fan of cheese,
I do love cheese.
Yeah, what kind of cheese would you grate with your Volvo V60 Cross Country? Tell us in the comments.
How about cheddar cheese?
Oh, that's a great choice. That's
good cheese.
A classic cheese choice.
And I haven't even mentioned the crystal gear selector.
Crystal?
Yeah, that's real crystal right there. Only chumps shift their car into gear with a normal selector. You know, we've evolved. We're just much classier people these days, so I think crystal is going to be the way we go.
The wood over here is a little bit uneven. I'm guessing that's unique to ours.
I'd suggest that's not how they want that to look, so one little minor blemish here, but overall, an interesting interior. Though I will say my favorite Volvo interiors are the ones that have like the really esoteric materials. We drove an XC60 not too long ago, and it had like the wool seats, and I really liked that. Volvo does a pretty good job creating a special interior space. Speaking of interior space, I fit really well behind my preferred front seat position. Good head clearance, good knee clearance, feet fit comfortably under the front seat. That center hump is very pronounced, so it might be tricky getting free abreast back there. Though in the middle position, headroom is quite good. I do wish the seat backs were a little more reclined.
You really like a good lean.
I sure do. It's one of 3 defining traits for me. Flies helicopter, wears flying eye sunglasses, likes a good lean. 4 defining traits. Has a long torso.
Oh yes, we cannot forget that.
I should also mention that we're driving the fancier Ultimate trim, and it has the Napa leather seats, which are pretty indulgent. As for cargo space, 22.9 cubic feet of space behind the second row. Very large, square, workable space. It's got a cargo cover that you can slide up into an upper position without having to release completely, so you can more easily load things in. You can also fold the seats down, obviously, if you need a little extra space. Oh, and I'd suggest the power-activated hatch is a $200 option that you can get on the base trim, and to me that's $200 very well spent. Kiddo, how is it getting in and out of this car?
It's pretty easy. The car is low.
Yeah, it looks like you can just sort of hop right in without any issues.
The helicopter is much harder to get in.
That's true. So if you really care about ingress and egress, don't buy a helicopter. Be sure to buy a Volvo V60 Cross Country. And what about you? Any issues getting the car seat installed?
The car seat was very simple to install. The latch covers are plastic, which raise up to reveal easy to access latch point.
As for safety, no surprises here. Volvo's performed very well. The NHTSA rates the V60 Cross Country 5 stars overall. It is an IIHS top safety pick plus. In terms of active safety, you've got the full suite of assists, lane keeping assist. You've got automatic emergency braking with pedestrian, bicyclist, and large animal detection. We're looking for you, Moose. You got 7 airbags, blind spot warning, a ton of standard safety features.
We're looking for the Moose to not hit them, right?
Oh yeah, no, that's a good idea. Well, let's do that. What do we think, family? Is the Volvo V60 Cross Country family friendly?
Family friendly.
Yeah, pretty family friendly, but not big family friendly. More like small family friendly.
Yeah, you can get a
True.
couple kids in here, 1 or 2, no problem. Rear window test. Oh, almost all the way down.
Almost all the way down.
Whee! Armrest test. Driving in a comfortable 8 and 4, I am really enjoying the positioning of these armrests. They are really easy to access with my hands still on the steering wheel. They're firm, but they're very comfortable. I don't have any issues with my glass-like elbows. I'm gonna go 90% inboard, 90% outboard. Hey! Would you like to see more videos like this where I'm slowly losing my voice and we review cars as a family, plus the occasional helicopter adventure? If so, feel free to subscribe. Style! Let me very quickly thank the sponsor for today's video, Flying Eyes Sunglasses. I wear them in the helicopter. They work well in that context. They work well in my regular life. They're special. They are not like normal sunglasses or normal eyewear. But I'm not going to bother with that now. You'll see it in another video. It's fine. If you're ready to buy some aviation-grade eyewear, click the link in the description below. Use the promo code Micah to save 10% on Flying Eyes.
It's sort of restrained, but the grille adds a lot of flair. And
New for 2023, by the way.
And the front lip, how it like juts out, almost like a little skirt. I like it. I was going to say goatee, but I decided this car needed more dignity than that.
Yeah, we want the car to have a soul patch, so can we do that? Yeah, we can do that. Sure, jets out a little bit, no problem. I agree. I think there's kind of a classic quality to the styling, and then of course in the cross country guys, it's basically a wagon that's been lifted up a little bit and they put some body cladding on it that makes it feel a little bit tougher. I also like the brushed metallic side scuff plates. That's only included on the Ultimate trim that we're driving here. I'll also note that if you get any color besides black, that'll be an extra $695.
If you'd like to still spend $695 and get black, there's actually 2 shades of black. One of them is free and one of them you pay for. The shiny one is free.
What do you guys think? Do you like the look of the Volvo V60 Cross Country? If so, if no, tell us in the comment section. In motion! Driving the Volvo V60 Cross Country, I think it cruises well on the freeway, comfortable ride, fairly quiet. On our windy mountain roads, I think the steering lacks a little bit of sharpness. There's not a ton of information coming back through the steering wheel, but it does corner predictably. And I think that's kind of key to how people would drive this vehicle. Just to appease my curiosity, as I come around this corner, I'm just gonna floor it and see what happens. Whee! Fairly quick reaction from the 8-speed automatic transmission, pretty solid pull. So yeah, when you're in motion, if you need more power for passing, there's plenty to work with there. It's not lacking until you drive one of the more powerful Volvos, and then you realize maybe you do need more horsepower, but for our purposes, there's plenty of push here. Or is it pull? I'm done talking clearly. Let's see what Evie thinks. Evie's driving. You feeling like a sophisticated mountain woman?
Ooh, I will never feel sophisticated, but I feel like the car is sophisticated.
Yeah, it's sophisticated when you can't be. Do you feel comfortable driving it?
I do. It's fun to drive more quickly than I would normally feel comfortable.
It's low enough that it feels a little bit sprightly and...
Yes, I do think being lower to the road gives me a greater sense of confidence.
And yet, you've got as much ground clearance as many SUVs we drive, in fact, sometimes more.
How does it work?
Volvo magic. What about visibility?
It's actually pretty great. Like, the windows are rather large. Over my left shoulder, there's this really bulky B-pillar that I can't see beyond because I sit rather close to the steering wheel because I'm only 5'2".
I've seen a lot of Volvo crashing footage, and these things hold up pretty darn well. So if you do happen to flip this thing somewhere during our drive, that B-pillar will come in handy. Can I show you one interesting feature that might enhance your visibility?
Yes.
So if you go in here to the menu with the little gear selector here, and you go to controls, there's a button here for folding the headrest. Now, I'm not going to activate that because it would whack our daughter in the head.
Oh, no.
But if you didn't have anybody back there and you wanted a little extra visibility, that would be a way you could do that.
You could do it now.
I'm not going to do that, kiddo. I love you too much. And now here is our classic scenario, creeping out. Okay, so off the line, how did the V60 Cross Country feel?
It felt plenty zippy for me off the line. Like, I didn't feel any hesitation.
Well, it sounds like you're feeling pretty good driving the V60. Am I correct?
Yes.
Well, then let me get back in the driver's seat. Overall, I think Evie and I are pretty satisfied driving the Volvo V60 Cross Country, and I can't believe I keep saying that name fully successfully. I'll screw it up, don't worry. But I'm curious, how does this thing deal with a little bit of off-roading? All right, normally we would not go on this trail with something that's not a proper SUV, and I'm gonna just brand this thing the Muzio Branded Articulation Trail. Branding. The reason why I wouldn't normally come on this with something that's not a proper SUV is because you have these big ruts. 2 tires are typically touching the ground, and then you have 2 that are struggling to touch the ground. We're kind of crisscrossed right here. Oh, there we go.
And we weren't even in off-road mode.
Okay, I'm now gonna put it in off-road mode. Gotta do a couple steps there. There we go. Now we're in off-road mode. By the way, you know, the ride quality that works so well on-road works pretty well off-road too. I don't feel like I'm getting bounced around too much. And we do have enough clearance that a lot of these rocks that might be problematic for lower vehicles, I'm not quite so concerned about. All right, this is a more challenging moment. Let's see, do we have enough clearance to...
Ooh.
Okay, this is a little tricky because the approach angle, we're getting some warnings from the parking sensors, but we didn't touch anything down, so I think we're doing okay there. 2 tires, lights, there we go. Okay. Huh? Yeah. Oh, there we go. I think that went really great, guys. There was a third moment here. This is a really challenging one, but the last 2 were good enough. I think maybe we can make a run at it. Let me be a little bit thoughtful about my line. Not hitting the fascia, that's great. Oh, this is a real struggle. We got basically, yeah, you see we're tipping.
It just gave up on the camera.
Yeah, it's like, I don't know what you guys are doing. So you can feel it's braking the tires that are spinning to redirect that power, but it made it over that, nothing touched down.
Wow.
I'll be honest, guys, I am impressed.
Me too. I thought that was a terrible idea.
Yeah, the idea of taking a wagon and making it a little bit more rugged seems potentially silly, or maybe it's just an aesthetic choice.
Oh, not that idea. Your idea of going over that bump.
But I think it's a solid enough choice that, yeah, I would take it and maybe do a little bit of off-roading. If we had enough daylight, I'd say let's make it all the way down the trail. Good job, Volvo V60. You have impressed me. And that's not easy to do. Wow, a tree! Huh, well, that was educational. Moving onward to being blinded by the sun. Also, emotion factor. Sweetie, what's the emotion factor here?
A singular dignity.
My God, that's as concise and wonderful a encapsulation as I could have imagined.
There's unique design cues in here, like this crystal gear selector and the wood. They're common to Volvo, but they are not common amongst all car brands.
Couple that with the exterior design language, which again is sort of understated. To me, Volvos are like very much an individualistic choice. It's not the box you check when you've succeeded. It's like something else is going on there. I'm actually not sure what the psychographic makeup is of your average Volvo buyer, but they're a little bit different. Are you a little bit different? Are you feeling emotionally drawn to buy a Volvo V60 Cross Country of your very own? If so, there's a chance you might need to sell your current car first. If you'd like to know what your current car is worth or what you should pay for your Volvo V60 Cross Country, click the Kelley Blue Book pricing link in the description below. Kelley Blue Book, the pricing leader in the automotive world for the last 90 plus years. And now we move forward to remarks. The only infotainment system offered is this 9-inch screen. It has Google stuff built in. They got the Play Store, you got Google Assistant, you got Google Maps, all of that's built in. You got Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. 4 USB-C ports. I think it looks very clean, but you do have to do a little bit of digging to get to some of the features.
Things that would normally have their own dedicated button that you have to dig into a menu to find can be a little bit of a learning curve.
There's a Scandinavian sleekness to the interior, but when you want to put it into off-road mode, you have to go tap and then drive it. I shouldn't be doing this while I'm driving, and then you go to drive mode. Yeah, that has its pluses and its minuses. I'll add that the last time we drove a Volvo, it did not have Apple CarPlay functionality, and we were told it would come as an over-the-air update. And indeed, we do have over-the-air updates here, and we do have Apple CarPlay now. So the system works.
The Google Assistant makes up for the fact that some of the controls are difficult to find.
Hey Google, activate off-road mode.
Sorry, I didn't understand.
If you didn't understand that, then you'll never understand me. Hey Google, turn on my seat heater.
All right, turning on the seat heater for the driver.
I bet with familiarity, some of those features that you might do digging for, you can actually activate via voice. Oh, and this does lead to something I really love about the Volvo V60 Cross Country. You know, when you want to get warm in the winter time, that's cool, but sometimes you get a little bit sweaty. You want have some of that sweat wicked away. Not a lot of car companies let you activate the heating and the ventilation at the same time. Volvo, I love you for that.
Hey Google, turn the car into a unicorn.
It did read that correct. It did hear that correctly.
Sorry, I didn't understand.
Oh, you understood. You just don't want to do it. One feature that is specific to Volvo, they've got this little like parking pass holder. I don't know anybody else who does that, and I think it's a clever little addition. Lastly, Volvo has a feature called Pilot Assist. It'll keep you in your lane and maintain distance between you and the vehicle ahead. Unlike most systems, you can set it to keep a tight enough gap between you and the vehicle ahead that in LA traffic, other cars won't immediately slot in. So I actually really like Pilot Assist. Okay, let's talk about engine choices. For 2023, Volvo has greatly simplified their trim and powertrain structure. So in the V60 Cross Country, they only have one gasoline engine. It is a mild hybrid. If, on the other hand, you chose the standard V60, that's not the Cross Country version, it only comes as a plug-in hybrid. That's the T8e all-wheel drive. That's the same powertrain that we experienced in the XC60, and we loved it. Sweetie?
Yes.
Can I give you a trim recommendation?
Sure.
By the way, our trim recommendation is which trim will give you the essential features you'd regret not getting, but at the lowest possible price. I'm going to recommend the base $58,800 plus trim. That base trim includes a panoramic roof, dual zone climate control, leather, real wood trim, Pilot Assist, heated front seats with lumbar adjustment, a 360-degree camera, and smart key access, a feature I will not live without. As for competitors, there's the Audi A4 Allroad, which is more powerful and cheaper than the Volvo V60 Cross Country. There's also the Subaru Outback, which is a much cheaper way to Wagon. I'll also mention the Volvo XC60. If you get an all-wheel drive XC60 Plus trim, it's only $1,400 more than the equivalent V60 Cross Country, but it's roomier and it's really committed to that SUV premise. Did we miss any remarks? If so, tell us in the comment section. Synopsis. In thinking about the essence of the Volvo V60 Cross Country, it is indulgent, but it's not ostentatious. Very functional, but it's not about kind of being flashy for other people. To me, it is the flying eye sunglasses, which it seems like I'm breaking right now, but I'm not because they're made out of versillamide, of wagons that are kind of like SUVs. That's called brand integration. Family, I think we've done a good job reviewing the Volvo V60 Cross Country. May I have a 5 and a 5? And you! Come get your high five. Ha!